So the trailer for the Winchesters came out, and I don't know, I haven't seen like loads about it online. Have you? I've not seen a lot of fan reaction for it.
I haven't really looked for it, mainly because I saw it and had strong emotions on it. And I'm really sort of stewing on them. So I don't want to be influenced by outside opinions just yet.
I think that's fair. Probably same here. Because I would say our opinions are quite polarized on this, which never happens to us. We're usually in agreement about most things. So yeah, I guess like, first of all, I mean, I think it looks fine. I'm going to watch it, obviously. It wasn't quite what I was expecting, but I think the bit that was added in for me that I wasn't quite expecting, wasn't expecting the comedic aspects that they put into this trailer. I have many questions. It's thrown up a lot of questions, but I mean, I always knew it would do. But my main thoughts were, oh wow, this looks like Scooby-Doo.
The same makeup, yeah.
And I'm pretty...
And there's like a giant dog in the trailer, so yeah.
Maybe the Impala is Scooby-Doo. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it's fine. I'm going to watch it. Now to Annabelle.
I hate it. Actually hate it. I did not expect to have such a strong reaction to not liking anything on screen. We were talking about it after we both watched it.
Yeah.
And I just kept getting angrier and angrier and just pointing out things. And I realized that in every single scene pretty much every single scene of the trailer, I had an issue. And I was just like, oh no. Yeah, I can't even explain why I don't like it so much, other than the fact that like this doesn't feel anything like Supernatural, which is fine, but it's not. Yeah, because they're bringing like, I feel like had they not included Dean Winchester, I would be more okay with it. But the fact they're like, look, there's Dean Winchester here, but the characterization of this whole show is completely different. Like, you could take this show, change out the names, and it's just like The Vampire Diaries, Riverdale. Like, it looks like a teenage CW show.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from with that, I think. But yeah, I'm going to play devil's advocate this whole thing we're talking about.
I did say that I will give it until the like mid-season finale.
Yeah.
Because, you know, originally I was going to say the first 3 episodes, but then I looked back to the first 3 episodes of Supernatural. They were okay, but they weren't great. It took a little bit of time to kind of get its footing. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it till the mid-season finale before I declare if I truly hate it or not. And then either enjoy it till the end of the season or suffer through.
I mean, I'm gonna make you suffer through it anyway. We have decided that we are gonna do some kind of spin-off podcast for this series, so we will watch it. I'm slightly hopeful. I don't know. Maybe it's just like because I'm like, well, really happy at the moment generally, but I just think I want more Supernatural, and I'm hoping that it gives me the same vibe. I will say, at the moment, from what the trailer looks, it looks more... see, I kind of say that. I was going to say it looks more Buffy than Supernatural, but Supernatural and Buffy are so closely intertwined that I don't know actually you can like separate the two that much. Possibly just because Mary is a like the lead and blonde, I'm like, oh yeah, Buffy. I don't think that's very fair. I don't know.
It's also this, for me, it's the styling. Yeah. Like the tight jeans, the like band shirts, and the like leather jacket. I was just like, and then she even has like a giant wooden stake at one point. Yeah. And like, is it an homage or is it a ripoff? I don't No.
What it is for me is the confirmation we've known all along that Dean is Mary coded, right? Because we always said Dean's the Buffy of Supernatural. And if Mary is going to be the Buffy of the Winchesters, I mean, there's a lot they have in common. I think there were some exciting things in this, like there is that parallel between Dean and Mary that we've always said was there, you know, about dad's missing, gone on a hunting trip. I still don't know, and even after assurances from like Jensen and like you know, I don't know how it's going to fit into the lore.
Yeah, like, you know, because as we know, most of the time a season is a year.
Yeah.
Right? And this starts in 1972.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the year before in the beginning. Yeah. And John is, I mean, so in all fairness, we don't see much of John in that episode. We don't, like, he's very much like a background character in that episode, so we don't really know his knowledge of Mary. Right? Yeah. So I'll give it a pass. Right? That he didn't know, like, we don't see, the only reason why we know he's clueless in Supernatural is because of the next Back in Time episode, and also like the things that have been implied since season 1. Yeah, that he when Mary died is when he became a hunter. I will give that a pass. I will give that a pass. But he has to forget everything at the end of this. This is the only way that I'll accept that this is in our Supernatural universe. Yeah, and not a different universe. You know, I have so many questions. Like, where is Dean? Oh, actually, no, it was you who brought them up. So I'll let you say what your questions were. And I think I don't have any answers, but I'll hypothesize some answers. Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, the first one was, where is Dean? The next one was, when is Dean? And then I guess if you come on to that, it's like, how is Dean?
And I have an answer for how, or I have a hypothesis for how. Yeah. It's baby Dean resurrecting Uncle Dean. For sure.
Think so? I don't know.
And then he's like, what the hell am I doing back on Earth? Because we've seen the colouring of heaven, and the colour that we received was not the colouring of heaven.
Yeah, wherever he is, it doesn't look like heaven. No.
Unless, like, Cass is like, oh, look, here, have some mystery because you're bored. And, like, so why does he have to go on a journey to find answers about his parents when his parents are in the cabin over there? Right. According to Bobby.
See, my bad place is that this is in between 1519 and 1520. And I can't get it out of my mind that that's where this sits in canon. But we'll see, I guess. Let's hope. I
mean, that's not a bad idea. That, at least that way, the misplacement. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Because, you know, the main one of the main. I was gonna say the main criticism. No. A criticism of season 1520 is, like, you don't know how much time has passed. Yeah. So at least this way it gives an idea of, like, oh, okay, so in this time frame it's been a year. Yeah. And Dean went on this journey, and it does feel a little bit weird that Sam's not involved so far, as we've seen. Yeah. Dean has always had more of a connection to his parents than Sam has. Yeah. Rightly so.
I feel that.
But at the same time, I feel like it's a journey that Sam would also appreciate.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we don't know when it's set, but, like, if it is set between that time frame, I can see it like a solo road trip. They were together for so long. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go figure out who our family is, like, by myself because I'm interested in it or whatever. And I wouldn't be mad about it. Like, that's fine with me. So yeah, but the thing, there was this a few things like, I don't know, it didn't feel like heaven.
No.
There was like, did you see the Samulet on the mirror? That was pretty cool. I like that.
I didn't
reference.
actually.
Yeah. He has a cooler in the back. Don't know why that doesn't feel heavenly to me. I mean, it could be, but but yeah. I mean, seeing Dean again has a special place in my heart. I was just like, oh, I didn't think they'd show him in the trailer, so I didn't think they'd show him at all in the show. I thought it was all going to be like narration.
I personally think he's there to get us in.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to probably be in episode 1. Episode 2, maybe. And then maybe 2 more times throughout the season. I don't think he's going to be like a regular occurrence, because it's going to be like, hey, here's the setup of the show. And here's the show. Yeah. Oh, look, remember Dean? Dean's in this. Dean is definitely in this. Like, he's a producer and a guest star. Like,
I think it's going to be like a How I Met Your Mother situation, where occasionally they flash back to them telling the actual story. Like, again, not mad at it. It's not really about Dean. It's about these other characters that they're introducing, because they're basically rehashing John and Mary, really. Which I know people have very mixed opinions on whether or not they should be doing that. There are lots of... I do feel like there's lots of other stories we could tell around Supernatural, and I'm like, this one? But I've always kind of felt that. But yeah, I'm very positive that this could be like a good jumping off point for like a franchise kind of thing.
Yeah. At least it's not on Friday nights, so they think it's going to do good.
That's true. It's on a Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday evening.
Tuesday's a good spot. It's a good spot. Okay, let's stress some of the things that I saw in the trailer, because, like, what the heck? I've got... Okay, so I've already said Scooby Gang. Big Scooby Gang. So, I mean, John and Mary are Fred and Daphne, right? This is...
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Also, we're talking about Dean being Mary coded and their characters looking quite similar in this. I think you could also say that whole move of John like accidentally punching Mary is a very Sam Winchester move.
Oh yeah. Yep, I'm right there with you on that one. Which it doesn't make any sense, because was he kicked out of the army? Because he couldn't stop hurting his brothers in arms, or whatever it's called. Who punches like that? Who rears back so much that they elbow? I am sure it has happened. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but she is very far behind him.
I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh, this is going to be like a serious, almost like a Buffy-esque meet cute. It is though, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I wasn't expecting the comedic aspect of this. Not only just like, yeah, I guess John accidentally getting Mary in the face with his elbow, but also I think Carlos hitting a monster or a demon with his van. Like, that was super. Yeah. I wasn't expecting those kind of things. So that's kind of interesting.
And that demon goes flying. Like, how hard did he hit that person to go that far?
Right. What else was there? So like, Mary's father is missing. I mean, I'm guessing that they find him. Like I said, this is a year before, in the beginning.
And he's Indiana Jones. He has the flame torch and the hat. There was no indication that Samuel Campbell ever wore a hat in the beginning. I'm
like, you can't shade them for putting him in a hat. They're just going with we are just a lineage of Harrison Fords throughout the history.
This is who Harrison Ford was, who Indiana Jones was based on.
Right. And then lastly, I guess how did they think? All right, no, okay. What I want to talk about is that's definitely a flash of the scene from Lazarus Rising. Like, definitely. I've seen a side-by-side comparison of the barn door opening. It's definitely that scene. They haven't reshot it. It's definitely that scene.
Wow.
Why?
You're right. Why? Why is it there? Is it again to be like, hey, this is gonna happen, this is like nudge nudge, come watch the show, you're gonna see this, but it's not actually gonna happen till the very end because then it's 1973.
I don't know, I
haven't really thought about it, so I'm just talking on the fly.
I think whoever edited it needed a cool this is my opinion. I think whoever edited it needed a cool scene to like put something in there, but they must have thought about it. Are they naive enough to think that we wouldn't watch this like shot for shot and be like, Cass?
They must know. They must know the level of like obsessive fans that there are out here.
So
there are people who are going to be going through this still by still.
Unless, okay, this is just off the top of my head, they wanted to tease possibly that angels could be involved in this somehow, because there's definitely going to be demons involved. Mm-hmm. So they want to tease that there are only angels involved in that, but they don't necessarily want to reveal what that is yet. So used a very much established shot of implying angels.
Yeah.
I don't think Cass is going to be in the series. Like I could see people speculating online. I don't think that's it, guys. I just don't feel like, don't get your hopes up for this.
Yeah. It's going to be nothing that you want it to be.
Right, exactly.
It will be a huge, huge disappointment.
Yeah. So, just don't get your... I'm trying to protect you, like, my own children. I'm like, don't get your hopes up. So overall, I'll give you my thoughts and then I'll let you do the same. I'll just do like an overall blanket thought. I'm looking forward to it. It's coming out in the fall, right? So September time. What is commonly referred to as autumn in the rest of the world. I'm hoping that it would just be some fun and will build on the lore that Supernatural already established. I don't know if I'm being naive at this point. But no, I think trailers can be very deceiving sometimes. I mean, people make trailers out of things they have at the time, not necessarily what reflecting the finished product. So, I mean, I thought the trailer wasn't bad. Annabelle's right. I think it does look like a teen CW drama. Absolutely. Yeah. But I think the casting looks really interesting and fun. I do like the Buffy vibes, but then I'm a big Buffy fan anyway. And yeah, I'll get out some popcorn and watch it.
And I mean, I've already stated it, but in really thinking about it, you're right. This trailer is all from one episode, right? It's all from the pilot episode. There's nothing to really indicate beyond the fact that there's like going to be mystery and Scooby-Dooing. There's not really much else to sort of go off of. I think back to all of the pilot episodes of any show, and generally it's not where the show ends up. So while I absolutely will not, more than likely not enjoy the pilot episode, just because some of the stuff I feel like has been ignored from Supernatural itself, I am willing to give it a try. And I will try to be positive as much as I can, even if it's just because I like certain shots in an episode. If that's all I can get out of it, then I'll take it. I'll leave the story, I'll just take the story as it comes and just be like, all right, it's a teen drama. It's not aimed at me. I'm 31 years old, 32 by the time it comes out. I can't judge it by 32-year-old brain.
I mean, that's also the other point of this, right? It feels like it's for a new audience. I don't necessarily think it's for... When are they going to make TV shows for middle-aged women, Annabelle? Where are my shows?
I mean, we get the documentaries, right? That's what we're here for, which is kind of like, I do like. I guess The Boys.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, The Boys is doing it for me at the moment. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a weird tangent. I mean, like I said at the beginning, we are going to be doing a watch podcast of the Winchesters as it's aired. It's looking like this could be a very different vibe to our current rewatch, where we're all like, yeah, Supernatural is so great all the time. Well, no, we're not really like that.
No, we're not at all.
But yeah, it's nice to have some differing opinions for me and you.
Yeah. It's either going to be me convincing you that the episode was absolute dog poop, or you trying to convince me that it wasn't so bad. Unfortunately, I'm not hopeful, which is really sad.
Oh, Annabelle.
And what's even funnier for me at least, is that, like, I'm a Supernatural fan, but I'm not a mega fan. Like, I'm not the person that's, like, on all the, like, I'm not on Tumblr, like, doing all that kind of stuff. I'm not really in the fandom, but, like, I have such strong feelings about this, and I don't know why. Like, I don't feel justified, or... No, I feel justified in my feelings because you can't take away that, like, that. But I don't feel like I should have such, like, hatred for something when I don't have as much, like, as strong passion. But I do at the same time. Oh, I don't know.
You do. This is it. It will always bring you back in. There's no escaping. But, you know, on that note, it's a really nice day out today. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm in a good mood, Annabelle. I'm going to leave the trailer talk there, but we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.